Today we will have a look on an interview, Java interview coding task. Normally people are being asked in the interviews when you have a coding task in, HackerRank or somewhere. So one thing is finding a panagram, finding if a string is a panagram. So what a panagram is? If a string contains all the 26 letters in alphabet, that is a panagram. And if it doesn't contain all the 26 letters in alphabet, is not a panagram. For example, the first word, the second sentence here, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, is a panagram. If you check it, this particular sentence contains all the 26 alphabets in English language. It may have more letters, that is not a problem, but it should have all the letters, all the 26 letters within itself. So the first string is not a panagram because it doesn't have all the 26 letters, obviously. So how we can find if a string is a panagram or not? So let's write the code. So I will write a method that returns a boolean, and I will name it as panagram, is panagram, and I will pass my input string inside that. Okay, right. Now the thing is, what I will do is to check if a string is a panagram. First, I will create a set. Okay, a set of characters. So I'll create a set of characters. That means set is a collection that uh, that is going to contain elements that cannot be duplicated. A set cannot have duplicate element. Okay, so I'm creating a set, character set. So there will be a collection of characters, but there cannot be duplicate elements. Okay, so I will name it as alphabets, and I will make it a new hash set. So if you have some idea what how sets are being created, sets is an interface, so we implement it using hash set. So basically, set is a collection of elements where you cannot have duplicate elements. So if you already have an element, if you try to add it again, it will not be added. Okay. So now what I will do is I will write a for loop all the elements, all the characters in my string. So how I will do it is I will say character. So if you know an enhanced for loop, you know what I'm doing. Input string, and I will simply change all the letters of my input string to lowercase. Okay, for the easiness. Okay, and then from that lowercase, my input string now, which is in lowercase, I'm going to take all of them to a character array. So this whole line will contain or will create a character array that contains every letters in my string in a lowercase mode. Okay, then I will simply loop each and every characters in the string in a converted lowercase. Okay, then what I will do is I will check if each character, okay, is either greater than or equal to a, and it should be less than or equal to z. So that means, according to our ASCII codes, if the character that comes from the string is either a, from it can be a, and it can go until z. So it from a to z. So this is checking if my character falls in between a to z, including a and z. Okay, there should be an equal here as well, less than or equal to z. Z also included. If it is so, I'm going to add my character into the set. Okay, so I will loop all my elements and I will keep them into there. I will keep adding them into my sets. So if in case if I have one character two times, that will not simply be added into the that will come into the if condition, and that this line will be implemented, but internally the set will not add it into itself because that is already existing. Okay, so we don't have any problem. So once this all these characters in the string is completed, that means we have added all the elements in the string input string into the hash map alphabets hash map now, without any duplication. So if a string that contains all the 26 letters, okay, minimum of all the 26 letters or more than that, this at the end of this looping for loop, this alphabets hash set, the alphabet set should contain 26 letters from A to Z because it cannot have duplication. So what we'll be doing is we will simply return the condition that checks the size of the what do you call set. Okay, I will see if the size is either 26 or not. So if the size is 26, it will simply um, return true. That means the string is a pentagram. If the size is not 26, that means some letter is lacking in the string, in the input string. So it is not a pentagram. It doesn't contain all the 26 letters. So this is how we implement the task, the solution for the task in a simple way. So also we can add a null check at the beginning. So we can say if the input string is a null, we can simply return false because null cannot be a pentagram anyway. Okay, so that's it. So now what I will do is I will try to remove the empty lines. Okay, okay, be like this. Okay, now I will check it. Okay, I will check my method if it works or not. So the method should return a false for this particular string, and it should return a true for this second string because second string is a pentagram. Okay, I will say string now system.println is pentagram. I'm sorry, I need to write this method as a static method because I'm going to call it into my static main method. I'm going to say is pentagram. I'll pass my first string. That should be false. That means it is not a pentagram. And I'm going to check my other string that actually is a pentagram. Here, the first one is not a pentagram. Second one should be pentagram. I should pass it inside the method. Okay, so I'm passing both string inside the method, and first should be false, second should be true. So let me run it and see. Let me open my command line. You can see the first one is false, second one is true. So for this first one is not a pentagram, second one is a pentagram. So this is how we verify or we check or we write an implementation to find a pentagram in Java.